Hello everybody, and thank you for joining this webinar today. So we will discuss our BBA program, and I would like to introduce you BBA program director, Patrice Sargenti.
Good morning.
And I'm representing the admission and recruitment department. I'm admission manager, and my name is Irina. Maybe we even contacted with one of our guests. So, what is the agenda for this webinar tomorrow? Of course, we will give you key facts and basic information about the International University of Monaco. Then we will give you all necessary information about our undergraduate program, Bachelor of Business Administration. We will focus on the program structure. We will discuss some specific parts of the program, as for example, study abroad and international exchange program. Then we will talk about career services department and your professional growth potential. Then a little bit about extracurricular activities provided by our student associations. And then we will focus on admission procedure and basic requirements to the application. Also, I would like to invite you to ask all questions you may have. Don't hesitate, because actually it's not only presentation, but it's a Q&A session for you. Please use Q&A block in your Zoom software, not a chat, but Q&A session. Like this, we can manage it. And you can ask your questions even during the presentation, during the session. And now I would like to pass actually the role to Patrice Sargenti. And only one thing to let you know that we will do the recording of this webinar to share with other students, and you can maybe come back to this recording a little bit later. So, Patrice, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Irina. So my name is Patrice. I am the director of the bachelor program here at the University of Monaco. I am an IT as well professor here at IUM since quite a long time, in fact. So today we are here to discuss about the bachelor program per se, going into details of the program, the course, the curriculum, the journey of the students, and the service we can provide. Again, it is a very interactive session. This is the way I prefer. So do not hesitate to ask as many questions as you want. Irina, we are going to regularly answer the questions when it's relevant to the slides that we have on the screens, and all the remaining questions will be answered at the end. Okay, so really go ahead. The interactions will be more interesting if you have a lot of questions. We always start the presentations by presenting the mission statement of the International University of Monaco, not going through all the mission because it will be a bit too long, but highlighting key points. Number one, they are involved here, is the mission statement starts by mentioning that IUM educates highly skilled and responsible business leader. So educate, that means that we are firstly an educational higher institution. Whereas some institutions as for main focused research, we mainly focus on teaching, and the research we do because, of course, we do research activities. They are here to more nourish, the course, the content, and the disciplines we are teaching. And we are here to develop responsible business leader. Here we have a lot of concepts that are hidden behind this word, starting from ethical concept, CSR, ecological as well concept. Today it's very important. A lot of, let's say, the profile that we are going to shape during the 3 years you will spend here at the bachelor will be, injected with those responsible business leader concepts that we think are very, very important for your career in the future. We have some field of expertise, of course, luxury field, finance, service. You will see that most of our specialties are in line with the territory that is welcoming us. So Monaco, you may have the impression that it's the palace and the prince, which is a reality, but in fact, for us, the reality that interests our students in Monaco is the 5,000 company, the 50,000 commuter coming to work to Monaco every day. So it's the very active business hub that we have, and the very international environment where we stand here, where we are here, because there is only 10,000 citizens, even a bit less, and then more than 30,000 foreigners here in Monaco. So it's a very international environment. IOM itself, of course, is international. We are quite small with a human size as the country, very small. And we have this very international student population that foster an interaction which is a bit different. And that's something that our students likes a lot, exchanging and trying to develop and build things with people from all over the world. That creates a very interesting entrepreneurship spirit, open to a globalization of the market. They learn how to work collaboratively, in this international environment. Sometimes it's quite difficult. And we focus as well on the experiential learning here at IUM with the course that have a good balance between the theory and the applications. Our faculty, which is made up of around 30 full-time professors, researchers, they are doing research in their field of activity in line with the specialization we have, marketing, finance, management as well. Entrepreneurship as well is one which is quite present. And we have CSR and sustainability as well, which is part of our research activity here at IUM. IUM is a private institution which has which is part of a group called Omnes Education. Omnes Education is the biggest private higher education institution, mainly in France, but it has campuses all over the world as well. And we are part of this big group, and we are benefiting from this big group because since they have campuses, for example, Paris, Barcelona, Geneva, London, we use definitely their campus with our students when we want to go to Paris, for example. That's interesting. Last but not least, we are, of course, in Monaco, and this is one of the major assets of IOM, its location, and really the interaction with the principality is quite interesting. And we are definitely, working with the government here to develop, this the young people, the new generation, and they are really assisting and working with us on the next steps. The educational philosophy is summarized by 5 main elements. The first one, we mentioned that there is a good balance between the theory and the application. We mentioned around 30 full-time professor researchers, but we have more than 100 practitioners, adjunct professors that are coming to teach in class. And these adjunct professors, are bringing in class usually the real project, the real client, and our students will have to do things for external people, but linked to in-class activities. And that gives a good balance. Practitioners as well will bring in class real figures, reality of what they did in their working life yesterday or the week before. And that makes, a good equilibrium between the theory and the real academic courses and the courses that have a more application, let's say, framework. As a bachelor student, you will be exposed to 1/3 of your class with researchers, and 2/3 of your class will be taught by practitioners, making the class quite applied, let's say. There is this international population, so you will learn, a multiculturality and then understanding each other, mutual understanding in class, just by exchanging with all the students. And all the more that we are fostering definitely the cooperation and the collaboration between the students, because we definitely think that everybody has his own, point of expertise. They are better in a language, better in quantitative subjects, better in qualitative subjects, more creative. Uh, and then everybody we will have to be together and to make the success for a given project, for example. And in the end, we would like to have the students to develop a kind of habit of being proactive, developing their own, active learning process, trying to develop in their profile lifelong learning, autonomy. That's something which is very important for their future. Trying to start, finding, at the deep their own, willingness to learn. That's something which is important. So active learning is another part of the pillars. And finally, the size of IUM, which is a human size, allow the students to interact with the environment here, with the directions or the members of the staff and the professors, which are available for them quite regularly. So this individual attention is a concept which is for us very important. So students are not a number. There is an open door policy here at the bachelor program direction. There is always someone, and the door is always open, so everybody can pop in and ask for whatever question they have. So that's something very important. The facilities here and the history of the university started in 1986. For those that know Monaco, we were in Fontvieille, which is another suburb in Monaco, in the Louis II Stadium, where the S Monaco is. And in 2018, we moved to the Stella building. As you can see here, it's the white building, which is on the slide. This building is not too big. We have 2,000 square meters, around 650 seats in classroom, 15 classrooms. So we have a cafeteria and mainly offices. We are used to say that, for the rest, the campus, Monaco is 2 square kilometers. So it's small enough to walk from the Stella building to all over Monaco to do whatever they have to do, the sport activity, leisure, and then go on the beach as well. So that's something that is quite, very close and easy to do. So we are used to say that Monaco is the campus of IUM. We have a range of portfolio from the bachelor, which is welcoming students directly after high school, up to the doctorate with a master's and MBA. All the diploma are recognized by the government of Monaco. We have AECSB accreditations as well for all the diplomas, and the MBA has the AMB accreditation on top of it. The population is 1,000 students, a bit more next year, I imagine. Always, more than 70 nationalities in the facilities. And of course, the only language here at IOM is English. Alumni population, we were, close and connected to the students in the past. So it's a very active alumni population. There are 4,000 all around the world in more than 100 different countries. And that's quite interesting for our students to have an active alumni population that are willing to help and to give back. So that's something important and interesting. Faculty, we mentioned that already. And almost finished with the general presentation of the institutions. So these are the recognitions. We have, on top of the accreditations, we were ranked in the last economic ranking, 50 for the MBA, in the top 100 MBA in the world. So that's a very, very good ranking. And for CNN expansion, we were 35. So that's as well something which is very good. We have as well the Financial Times. Last year, the Master in Finance entered the Financial Times ranking, rank 17, which is very, very high. So yeah, in terms of ranking and in terms of accreditations, we are a very small institution and young institution, but I have the feeling that we can compete with, the historical. And these are the ranges of programs that we have. So We are going to focus on the BBA just after. The master program portfolio is made up of the luxury program with 4 specialization, with the yachting industry, which is a new program that is starting next year, and the historical one, which is one more about brand management, marketing. The other one is more linked to fashion, and the third one is the welcoming luxury services for more events and hospitality. In finance, we have 4 as well. Hedge funds and alternative investments, a bit more quantitative. The private banking and wealth management, this is more, management of wealth, client relation, working in the financial institutions in the relation of the client. This private equity and investment banking is a master degree, which is a bit longer, and that includes 1 term in London. And we have the corporate banking and financial institution, which is the master in finance that will be done in apprenticeship over 2 years, and with students working in financial institution in Monaco in parallel of their studies. So the students are working 3 days per week in a bank, and they are going to come here to study for 2 days. And then the length of the studies are doubled, because they will follow half of the courses of the first year and half of the courses in the second year, which in the end will be more or less the same as the private banking and wealth management program. And finally, so we have the master in sport management, master in international management, a master in sustainable innovation and management, which is a very important, field that is recruiting intensively today. So there is a lot of jobs opportunity for, people that are working in sustainability for private company. Greenwashing was 10 years or 15 years ago. Today, it's a reality. And then it can even be, a source of revenue for company, and then business model may evolve thanks to, sustainability concept. And in the end, we have the MBA, which is, a master of business administration. This master is welcoming students that have already 3 to 5 years of professional experience, so they are a bit older. Average age in our MBA program is around 30, 35 years old, so they are older. And this MBA is dedicated to people that are working or that are at a certain level in their experience. And finally, we have the doctorate of business administration, which is the 6th, 7th, and 8th year. Students will work with MCI in Innsbruck, having a master in research first, and then having the doctorate of business administration delivered by IUM. So this is the portfolio of programs. Of course, IUM will welcome other activity professionals. We are doing some certification for finance people in Monaco. So we have around 3,000, 3,500 professionals in the finance industry in Monaco that are coming here to regularly do some certification and update their knowledge in finance, particularly in compliance, for example. And we have other kind of activity, welcoming students from other institutions, particularly in the summers with summer university programs. And we have specific tailor-made executive education programs for companies, big companies around the world that are, willing to update, upgrade their top managers in a specific field. So that's the portfolio of programs. I'm done with the general introduction of the university. I hope I was not too long. Do we have specific questions, Irina?
Actually, yes, we already started to receive different questions. And I think that we will discuss a little bit later the difference between 2 intakes, January and September. So I don't focus on it now. And also, I have already a few questions regarding the possibility to join BBA program for this September. I mean, fall intake, fall 2025.
Okay. So that's something we are going to cover in the next slide. So let's continue. Now we are digging into the bachelor program itself. The bachelor program is a 3-year degree program that is delivered, throughout 3 years of studies. But we have a specificity here at IUM for the good students. We have the honors track program, which is over 3 years. We are going to deliver a 120 US credit bachelor, which is the equivalent of the bachelor in the US, which is normally delivered in 4 years. The idea is that the students here in the honors track will have additional class uh, to grab 30 additional US credits in order to have a 4-year bachelor degree, which is the degree delivered in America and the requirement to enter a master degree in US. It's for the best students, and there is, let's say, a kind of entry level. At the end of the first year, we will check their grade and see if they can access this honors track or not. Of course, it's intensive. There is additional courses, quantitative subject. There is a research paper to write at the end of the 3 years. So it requires a bit more academic, let's say, willingness to study. The first year starts with 2 intakes. We have 1 intake in January and 1 intake in September, normal. The next one is within two weeks now. From September to May, students will have 1 year of class with the topics that you can see here on the slides. And we have as well, part of our population that starts in January, and they will have the exact same classes in the exact same time frame, but they will start early January, finish end of June, and have a bit less break in the middle, because usually the September intake has a nice and long Christmas break. And then in the end, they will all finish, in July to pass second year for September. So whether you start in September or in January, you finish second year, in the summer. So that's the idea, and it's exactly the same course delivered in the same order. In terms of topics, you can see that we have, quite standard first year. We call it the foundation year. We have economic classes, business courses, HR, which is important. That's a change we made recently, 2 years ago, to include HR management into the first year bachelor. We have marketing, which is a standard discipline, accounting, which here will include a bit of accounting, managerial accounting, a bit financial accounting, and a bit of budgeting. We have IT tools that will include some IA concepts, communication, written and oral communication, very important, particularly in the business environment. We need to upgrade our students, their writing communication and their way of interacting with professional. It needs to be improved, let's say, from high school to, even for their first internship they will have during the first summer here at IUM. So we have quantitative subject, mathematics, that includes statistics as well here. And we have an ethics class. We bring the ethics class from the second to the first year because we have the feeling that we start, challenging a bit more the students and asking them, to reflect, on concepts that are maybe a bit more complex, but they need to be aware of some concept for the life. The world today is a bit more complex, so they need to be ready to address the complexity of the world. And finally, we have a module which is called experiential learning here. It includes some online class delivered by Omnes Education Group, quite practical subject, a bit transversal, diverse from what we teach in the other courses here, and taught as well with students of the other institutions. So that as well will lead to another kind of interactions. So this is the first year here at IUM. So Irina, do you want to add maybe something about the September intake and the January intake?
Actually, maybe some, I would say, technical accent. So first of all, we still have a few spots available for the fall 2025 for upcoming September. due to some, rotation of international students and some visa issues. So you can apply, the application is completely online and you can do it on our website. If you would like to join the IUM in September, in a few weeks, so don't hesitate to actually finalize your application as soon as possible. I think that during this week, it's also, you can do it, it's possible. And regarding the January intake, I would like to tell you that the online application platform for January 26 is already open, so you can start your application, and it's also completely online. The same list of documents, and we will discuss a little bit later.
Later. Yeah. So this January intake originally was created to welcome students from the other side of the world. So we used to have Australians, New Zealand, South African
Yeah.
students here in January, and then as well, it's an opportunity for a lot of students that are here in Europe, for example, that started something and did not like it, and instead of waiting 1 year to start something else again, they can jump into the January and make up as well the time. Some other students that could have maybe some weakness in English, they can, instead of trying to start in September, we advise some students not to start in September, maybe to take a bit more time to improve their English and then to come in January. It does not change anything for them since at the end, they will make up the time as well. But they will come a bit more prepared with a higher level because they will have taken the time for 3 or 4 months, to fully emerge in an English-speaking environment, and they made a lot of progress. Sometimes the level, the high school level, it's not enough to be comfortable. At least the first months with IUM courses, students, sometimes need to improve a bit their level. So that was for the first year. During the second year, something very interesting is happening for our students is that they are going to deepen a bit their functional business knowledge, but they are going to have an international experience. So that's something which is very interesting for everybody. They will be able to go, during today their second year international, as we call them now. So full year abroad. So they will go, for fall and spring into 1 or 2 different institutions abroad. One will be on this education campus, of course, but it's full abroad. There are another option, which is the standard one. It's to go abroad for 1 term. The term they will be able to choose. They will be able to choose on one side their term if they want to live in fall or in spring, and then for the rest they will be here for additional classes, and they will be able to choose as well their destinations. These are the destinations we propose to our students. So it's a constantly increasing list, but I think that as of today we should have around 30 different institutions in 20 different countries, something like that. Very interesting. 99% of them are ACSB accredited institutions, so with the same level of IUM and the same standard. And then we have our campus, which is London, Paris, Barcelona, and Geneva. And these are, Omnes Education Campus, where we can send a bit more students. So students will have to choose. They will make wishes. They are allowed to have 5 wishes. And then at a certain time of the year, we will take their average. And then, according to their final results, we will rank them from the best students. And then we'll give the first wish at the best students. And then we go through the list and try to distribute all the students throughout their 5 wishes. To be honest, we have around 75% or 78% of the students that have their first or their second wish, which is not bad. So in terms of distributions, it's quite okay. Students are happy with their semester abroad. For us, this is a very important step. Going abroad, usually when they come back they changed, they matured, they understood that things are different everywhere, and they will as well maybe have a clearer vision of why they are here and what they want to do in their future because they saw something else. So going abroad will help them, learn how to adapt to something new as well. It can be as well a boost of a career opportunity because we have some destinations that could be maybe one of the target for their professional life for particular students. Then going there for one semester of study could be very interesting for them to start having some contact. There, as you can see next, we have a student career services department, so we have people put in contact students and the professionals. So they have the same institution, so they will be able to start, making contact for internships and then potentially working in the future. So that's quite important for us this second year. And then students will come back and they will be able to do their specialization. So the third year is mainly focusing on a specialization course specialized and a long internship. So we have core courses, the business simulation, some courses about strategy, but we have specific courses into the different specialization that you can read here. The specializations are in line with the masters, of course, because the idea is to test in the bachelor, and then to if we like it, you can go to the masters. It's appetizer, let's say, of specializations. The idea is that we have the specialization courses in fall here at IUM, and then the students will have to do their internship just after the specialization from January to June in the field, of expertise that their specialization is opening. The idea is that they can therefore validate the fact that they like it because it's something homogeneous with the course and the internship, or not. They don't like it, but it's still time. You have a BBA, whatever specialization you choose. So then you can choose whatever master you want. The BBA is generic enough, even if you have a third year, which is a bit more specialized, to go to whatever master you want. Normally, it works if the grades are acceptable. So that was for the bachelor. This is a little summary of the 3 years, just to keep in mind the journey. So the first year we have 2 intakes. They can start in September or in January, but in all the case they will be all second year in September after, if the grade allow them, of course, to pass second year. So everybody will be together in September for their second year, going abroad for either 1 year or 1 term, okay? And then they will come back for their third year to do specialized classes and an internship linked to the specialization. There is 2 things that I did not mention, and then I will finish on that, is that internship is very important for us. Yeah, we have a long compulsory internship at the third year level, but as you can see on the slide, there are 2 internships during the summer, which are optional internship. One of them is compulsory for the honor students because they have to do additional things, but it's the summer. The idea is to do the most internship possible because they will discover various industry in various countries. So that will help the students, getting used to the professional environment and understanding the various, industries and position that we can have throughout those different industries in order to understand more where they would like to go and define their career path. The second element I wanted to mention is that you see on the third year, there is an apprenticeship program. It's called the Monaco Banking and Financial Services. So it's a third year in finance that the students will do working in a bank for 12 months, 3 days in the bank, and then 2 days here at IUM. So in fact, it's the third year bachelor in finance that will correspond to then after the master in finance, which is as well in apprenticeship. So that's all on my side. Just to continue speaking a bit about internship, as you can see, this is a summary of all the internship opportunities students will have here at IUM. So we have those 2 summer optional internship the first 2 years, we have the compulsory internship, which is at the third year. Then for the students that stays with us in the master program, we have a bridge internship in order to conclude, between the bachelor and the master with another internship. And then the master is organized mainly around 2 terms of studies, and a long internship. That's the format of the master. So we have 5 internship opportunities for IUM students over 4 years, 4 years and a half. 5 different possible industry, different possible company, different possible country. So this is something which is very important and that should, be used by the students, to try to dynamize a bit their profile. And to run all these internships, we have a career center, which is very important because they are doing a lot of activity which is linked to the professionalization of the student's profile. Irina, I let you the floor.
Thank you, Patrice.
Oh, maybe we have some questions before about the academic part.
Actually, yes, I try to manage questions. And regarding the program, we have already some questions about more in details about semester abroad. So how it works. Okay, we saw already the map with partners, but how it works, how students will choose actually the university to go abroad.
So, in fact, to help the student choosing their institutions, we present, in class all the institutions. We provide them with a kind of booklet about all the institutions that includes the living cost of the country or the town. There is no tuition fees for the institution because students pay their tuition fees at IUM and they go to the partner institutions without having additional tuition fees. But there is a living cost, which is another important element to take into consideration when you choose a destination. And then each country will have their own academic system, which is not universal in the world. So we have to explain to the students that they have to connect to the institution to understand their policy. They do their wishes, we do the nomination, and then we contact the institution to give the name of the students. They will have to, organize their trip there on their own. The institution where they go may have dorms or not. It depends on the institution. So they can organize, the hosting and the dorms for the students, or they may have some people that help, finding, apartments or explaining a bit how it works in their city for students in general to guide the students throughout the housing research. The students then will do their class there, and then they do their final exam there, and they come back. In the end, what we receive is the transcript from the institution, and then we will, if the transcript is okay and all the credits are validated, we transfer the credit of the institution into IUM transcript. That's the concept.
Okay, thank you very much, Patrice. And now we can discuss more in details our career center activities and how our colleagues can help you. First of all, to identify your professional interests, and then after to push you and maybe to help you to find first of all your internship, and then after maybe first to get first job offer. So you will be in permanent contact with our super colleagues from career department, Marine, Delphine, Viola, and these girls will help you to start actually your professional steps on the job market, and then to develop your professional network already. How they can help you? So in their portfolio, there are a lot of different activities, even already during the induction week. So the first week of your onboarding at the university, you will meet the career center team. They will organize for you a career workshop, like a first step. Then of course you can stay in good hands to prepare a CV, to attend different events, helping you manage your social networks, I mean LinkedIn or other professional pages. Then how to look for existing opportunities, existing offers, how to find some hidden offers, etc., etc. So you can see different activities in the list, and also very strong advantage and potential. This is the network of career coaches, and of course, a lot of them are not only coaches but also headhunters or HR partners in different international companies. So also this is one of possible way to actually to find the right contacts and then maybe right company to develop your career. And I would say that iconic, maybe the one of the most important events in the career center calendar. These are career weeks. Actually, before we organized a lot of career week for different programs, but now it's like a big event already collecting all programs, and during 3-4 days on campus at the IUM, we will host different partners, different companies coming, not only local, but coming from different countries, France, Italy, Switzerland, Luxembourg, etc., etc. So the company will present themselves, their offers for internship, and I think the most important part for students also, it's like a parallel process, interview, peer-to-peer interview with pre-selected students. So before this event, of course, career department will work with you to choose, to select the best candidates based on CV sent. So our advice, stay always engaged and don't miss any news from the career department. Yeah. Then a few words about career after graduation. So you can see that actually, I would say 40, more than 40% of our graduated students, they prefer to continue their studies after the graduation. And for our university, we have more than 30% of BBA students continuing master's program at the IUM. Of course, some part of our students, they come back to their country of origin and continue their studies somewhere in other countries. Then 1/3, around 30% of our students, they continue, they find some job in Monaco, and they stay at south of France and develop their career. And as always, we have very proactive students launching their own businesses. And as you can see, it's around 10% of our alumni. Yeah, and you already asked me about hiring companies. These are only local companies or international as well. Of course, a lot of our students, you can see more than 30%, they are hired and headhunted by international companies. Yes.
Yes, and there is a question in the Q&A is that do we have to find our internship into a short list of partner company? Yeah, the idea is not at all. The idea is to help the students develop their, proficiency to search for a job. So they will have to, practice that job search process.
Yeah.
We are teaching them some techniques, and then of course it's all over the world, and it's whatever type of company for the internships. It's clearly open. And then for the question about language, it's the language of the company, whatever it is. The internship report that we have to read should be in English, of course, but then the company work in all the languages you practice in your, the world. That's the rule.
Yes, of course, you are not, in any case, you are not limited by Monaco or south of France. You can, of course, there are some limits, maybe limits for international students because it depends on their visa status, etc. But actually, you can choose where to go and in which country you would like to get your internship. So you can look and search globally. There are no limits for you. And now we will introduce you some activities of student association. And actually, it's, I would say, one of the most favorite parts for students, because here we are talking about some kind of sports, entertainment, not only about studies and classes. So we have student association. This is the organization created for students by students. And this association manages all activities, all extracurricular activities at the IUM. And as you can see, there are four main spheres. These are sports, different sports. We have more than 9 already. Yeah, 9 sports in the portfolio of student association. Once again, you can get more information about student association from social media, because association has its own Instagram account and also the page on our website. So you can look a little bit. Actually, regarding sport activities, as the campus is too small and we don't have any gym, any stadium, but we have a lot of different partners, different sport partners, I mean. And then depending on the sport, you will have some specific hours to attend different clubs and specific specific conditions for students also to attend these clubs. I mean, golf courses, stadium, tennis courts, then gyms, etc., etc. Besides sports, of course, we have other kind of activities. For example, different business societies. And for now, we have luxury society, then financial club, entrepreneurial society, and sport business. What is the main goal of these societies? Actually, these clubs unite students interested in different topics, finance, luxury, etc. And they organize a lot of different activities. For example, they can invite guest speakers, They can organize field trips. They can visit different external event, congress, conferences, etc., etc. So it's like some kind of business, different business clubs. Of course, we have also charity activities, and I can add that we have very intense events calendar, and you will engaged also because a lot of internal events are created or co-created by student association. For example, graduation ceremony, spring ball, or welcome party during the induction week. So it's not boring at all, and you will have a big choice what to do after your classes.
Thank you.
I see that we have some questions. Just I check what about. Already answered them. Okay, guys, as we mentioned, this webinar, we record this webinar, and then we will share with you the link for the recording, and you can come back after, or maybe share with your parents, friends, etc. Now we would like to talk with you about the application procedure. So how to apply for the IUM for BBA program. The application procedure is completely online, and you can see even screenshot on each page on our website. There is a big red button, apply online. So you just need to press this button, and then you will go to the page with some basic questions regarding your English proficiency skills, then some personal contact details. And the most important stage, you have to provide the list of necessary documents. And among these documents, I can cite, first of all, your high school diploma, if you already get it. If not, because you can start the application during the last year of your study in high school. In this case, okay, you will add the transcript, official transcript, detailed, for the last 2 years of your studies. Then, of course, your passport or other ID documents, your digital photo, motivational letter, and very desirable to add your CV, especially in cases when you had some gap years or already started some kind of another schools. So it's better to provide us with this information. Once you upload all these documents, you have to validate your profile by paying application fee. For the BBA program is 70 euro. And then our team will receive your profile. We will check everything. If your documents are ok for us, we will schedule the motivational interview. And after the motivational interview, the last stage will be the admission jury. And actually, after the admission jury, we will come back to you with the final decision. We have a lot of questions regarding English proficiency level, tests, certified tests, etc. So, of course, to join the IUM, if you are not native, you have to demonstrate as minimum B2 level, and you can prove actually your skills by different ways. First of all, of course, you can provide us with some certificates. We can accept 3 types of certificate, and you can see on the screen, even with minimum required score, TOEFL, IELTS, Cambridge. Then after, if you already studied as minimum 3 years in international school and you studied in English, in this case, you can waive the English test. You don't need to provide anything. Of course, the same situation for native speakers. And another alternative options for people who are not native, not studied in English, don't have any certificate. It's interview organized by IUM, and we call it combined, because during the motivational interview you will have additional part, 15 minutes part, with one of our professors to assess your actually English level proficiency. So for possibilities and according to your individual situation, we will use one of these options. Okay, and just let me check our Q&A window. For the admission, actually, in general, this is the whole process. Then I would like to invite you to follow our website and actually this section, news and events, because we also, as admission and the program directors, we have a lot of different activities you can join. For example, we have different webinars. You can see always the calendar of upcoming events on the website. Then we have on-campus open days events, and you can see 2 upcoming dates in October and November. It means that you can come, visit school, attend program presentation, and speak with professors, meet admissions team, discuss everything you want to know. And then after, of course, we have this possibility to take a personal appointment, like a video conference. You can book it via our website. And also you can schedule a personal visit, just write an email for our general email address, admissions.monaco.edu. And now we can pass to questions, yeah, because we have already a couple of questions in our window. Okay, for example, I have a question regarding summer camps. We don't have camps.
Yes, we don't have a summer camp. We have what we call a summer university. A summer university is an academic program of 2 weeks, luxury based. The field and the discipline will be marketing, luxury, and event management in luxury. So the idea is to welcome some students from other universities here in Monaco for 15 days. They will follow classes. I think they will get 4 or 6 US credits. And then they will have as well some experiences around Monaco, the area, and they will bring back the credits in their home. So it's an academic program, mainly focusing students, in fact.
Yeah, for 4 credits. Actually, it's a great opportunity not only for international students to get some additional credits, but also it's a good option for students thinking about joining IUM for higher program, I mean for bachelor or masters, because we have a lot of cases like this. Students come in July, because actually summer university usually take place in July, 2 weeks in July. And students come to discover a little bit the IUM, to understand how it works, what does it mean to study in Monaco, and then come back and join the university in September or in January, a little bit later. And this program is focused on actually luxury business and communication topic. Very interesting, yeah. Okay, we have other questions about the tuition fee for summer university. It's around 2,500 to 3,000. It changes, and then there are different stages of rising prices. Early bird special offers, and then regular price. For the summer 26, we don't yet finalize the rates. A little bit later in November, we will open the platform for the application, and we will announce, of course, tariffs for the summer 26.
Wow. Globally, it's around 3,500.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and now we pass to the daily routine questions. So, what about different funding options and housing in Monaco? So maybe I can comment. First of all, I can start by funding options. The university offers a merit-based scholarship. You can apply for this scholarship once you are admitted. So after the positive decision of admission jury, and after the official acceptance mail. This scholarship potentially could cover up to 10-15% of tuition fee, and it's provided only once during the first year of your studies. So it means for 3 years bachelor program, it's possible to get this scholarship only once for 1 year. Regarding housing, how it works. As Patrice already mentioned, the university doesn't provide any dorms, so all our students, they are in charge of searching the housing themselves. But of course, we can help them, and we do it. For example, our student services department is in charge of visa and housing issues. And of course, they will provide you with all necessary informational support. Then we have some very efficient instruments, as for example, WhatsApp group housing. In this group, our student services department collects different offers from different partners, real estate agencies, landlords, etc., and they put all these offers in this group, and then you can browse. And if you are interested, our student services department will put you in contact with landlord. What else? Also, our students, they can look for roommates. It's also helpful. And our ex-students, when leaving, they can also put this info into WhatsApp group, and like this you can like some kind of legacy, you can ask to rent the same apartment or other kind of housing. Mhm. Okay, we have some specific questions regarding academic calendar for January intake. What dates for the beginning of studies?
Yes, I am currently opening. So for the January intake, first year students, they start the 7th coming academic year. So the orientation will be January 7th. That's the exact date of the intake of next term.
Actually, yeah, early start the first week of
Yeah,
January.
it's intensive because we do the same program from January to the end of June. So it's even finishing the 4th of July, exactly, the academic year for the January.
We have questions regarding, once again, regarding placement of graduated BBA students. What is the percentage of, I would say, what is the percentage of students hired by
companies.
companies? Yeah,
Placement figures, that's a standard question. So for the placement figure, we should take into consideration which population we are speaking of. We are speaking here about the students that are finishing the bachelor and that are willing to work. So we have already to exclude half of the bachelor students, which are continuing their studies. So in the population that are willing to continue to go to work after the bachelor, which is basically around half of the students, a bit less than half of the students, we have placement rate. So we do placement rate at graduation, placement rate at 6 months after graduation. To understand, this is the quite standard way of doing it. So the normal way to count is how many students are placed after 3 to 6 months after their graduation. So in IUM, the rate is above 90% of the students that are seeking a job have a job after 3 to 6 months after their degree. The placement rate here is very, very high, and it's normal. A lot of them, 1 year after, they continue their master, another half. But in terms of placement rate, it's quite high. In fact, we can say, to answer your question, at 3 months, we are at 80%. At 6 months, we are above 90, 95%. And the remaining percentage are the students that are starting their own company, or they are waiting to go back to studies and did not started working.
Yeah, actually, yes. Thank you very much, Patrice. So I think that for the moment these are all questions. If you will
Perfect.
have additional questions, don't hesitate to contact us, and you can see all our social media. Not all. We have also TikTok. Don't miss TikTok because we have a lot of useful video on TikTok, and besides some lives on TikTok, it's also different topics, very interesting. So please follow our different social media platforms. And once again, don't hesitate to come back to us for admissions department. And we will also send you, as a follow-up of this webinar, the link for this webinar recording, so you can come back or share with this video.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening, and I wish you a very nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye. Thank you, Patrice.
Bye.
Bye.